Welcome to the final segment of DermTV Viewer Question Week for December 2012. Today's episode will feature questions from DermTV YouTube viewers. Hello, I'm Dr. Neil Schultz, and welcome to DermTV. Today's first question comes from Crispy Claire about the episode on what is benzoyl peroxide. And Crispy says, but does it cause wrinkles? I've wondered this for ages. If it's an oxidant, surely it does the opposite of an antioxidant and causes your skin to prematurely age. What a great question. Well, an oxidant does not necessarily cause the opposite of an antioxidant. An antioxidant is to help protect you from bad energy, from high energy that comes from certain compounds that are unstable, that harbor a lot of energy and then release that energy like a bomb. Oxidants, on the other hand, supply oxygen, which of course causes some oxidation. But it is not the depth, or it is not the power of the damage that the energy that the antioxidants prevent. So the oxygen that's released by benzoyl peroxide helps in many ways to fight acne. And it helps as an exfoliant in the way the compound works. But an oxidant does not do the opposite of what an antioxidant prevents. So there's a little bit more complexity in the chemistry here, but let me reassure you that benzoyl peroxide will not cause premature wrinkling of your skin, or photoaging, or cancer. And the only negative parts to benzoyl peroxide is that occasionally it can cause irritation in people with sensitive skin, so you need to use it, start it gradually, gently, low strength if you have sensitive skin, but no, it's not going to cause wrinkles, it's not going to cause premature aging, and don't be afraid of benzoyl peroxide. It's one of our most important ingredients. Richard S.W. Tang says, hey Doc Schultz, is there an episode how to effectively control oily skin other than using prescription drugs like Accutane? And also the efficacy and effects of using milk of magnesia to help control oily skin. Richard, very important question about controlling oily skin. On DermTV, you've heard me say many times that the only thing that controls the secretion of oil is hormonal stimulation of the oil glands. And so therefore, to help reduce oil, you've got to affect the oil glands, either by reducing the amount of testosterone hitting those oil glands, or by actually turning the oil glands off, which is what Accutane does. Topically, it is very, very difficult to decrease oil production. You can control the oil as it comes off, which is what we've discussed, by using alcohol-based or alcohol-containing toners, acne cleansers, blotting papers, powder. Well, you ask about milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia has a lot of very fine particles. Anything that has a lot of fine particles, whether it's talc, whether it's pressed powder, whether it is the very, very fine micronized particles in chem-free sunscreens like the zinc and the titanium, all of those products are going to help absorb oil and therefore delay oil breakthrough. So you're not reducing the production of oil, but you're helping to control the breakthrough. And again, with toners and cleansers, you're helping to remove it. Or with Anytime pads, which are pads that I make for my patients. These are pads in a small container that they carry in their pocket that have toner soaked in them with some alcohol in it, and they use them anytime to just wipe the extra oil, dirt, and debris off their face. While I've said many times that you can't increase oil production with anything other than hormonal influence, many viewers have written in, but what about when you're too aggressive in removing oil? Doesn't that cause a rebound in oil production? And the reality is, if you cause enough irritation and inflammation for redness and discomfort from overstripping your skin, that can create chemicals in the skin that will then mimic hormones and cause the secretion of more oil. But you've really got to overdo it real badly to get that rebound effect. Jinners in Wonderland, about the episode on 5 Easy Steps for Beautiful Skin this summer, we are supposed to exfoliate every night regardless of our age and skin type? That was a question. And no, you don't have to exfoliate every night. Sometimes, depending on your skin type, depending on your needs, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, you may be exfoliating every other night. Sometimes it may even be every 3 nights. The point is, you need to exfoliate regularly. And regularly means with the same frequency and on a schedule to accomplish whatever you're looking to accomplish, whether it's facial rejuvenation, to give your skin more luster and brightness, or help reduce browns, or help control or treat acne. You just need it to do it regularly. The dose and the schedule needs to be appropriate for your needs, your skin type, and your sensitivities. I love Davy Grolton. Dr. Schultz, is there any way to get rid of broken capillaries aside from lasers? I love Davy Grolton. I'm so sorry to say there is not. You can cover them, but you can't destroy them with anything except lasers. You can temporarily reduce them by putting a topical cortisone cream on, which causes contraction of those blood vessels. The problem there, though, is that you can't use it for long-term use, because if you use it long-term, you'll get a rebound effect, and then it will break capillaries, and your skin will become addicted to the cortisone. So there is no effective way of permanently reducing redness or broken capillaries. If you do a milk and water compress, the evaporation of the milk and water is a cooling process. Cooling process causes contraction. That will also cause a dulling of diffuse redness. But again, it's going to wear off after 15 or 20 minutes. Trevor Cakes asks about hand care. What do you suggest to people who are working with their hands all day? As a hairstylist, my hands are constantly near water, heat, products, and many chemicals. I can put sunscreen on my hands, I guess, but is there some kind of do-it-all hand cream? First of all, Trevor Cakes, if you're a hairstylist, which is real important, I presume you're working indoors, so I'm not as concerned about reapplication of sunscreen during the day when you're at work. But because your hands are exposed to water and soap and chemicals all day, as are mine, I must wash my hands 40 or 50 times a day in the course of seeing patients, you need to use gentle cleansers, and you need to use hand creams that have good humectants, whether it's glycerin or urea or dimethicone and hyaluronic acid. So you just want to make sure that you have good humectant ingredients. You're not going to be able to use really oily-based things because you're going to be handling people's hair and things, so you can't afford to have oil on your hands. But there are plenty of good hand care products out there that have these ingredients, and don't forget about ceramides, like in the commercial product CeraVe. They are lipids that are not oily or greasy, but they help restore the normal barrier function to your skin, which is being stripped by all the chemicals that you're using. And today's last question comes from Lefty LA. Doc, is a cleanser and a soap the same thing? Well, that's a very important question, and actually is going to be the subject of a future DermTV episode. The bottom line is they're very different. They're made of different chemicals, but they're used for the same purpose. They are used to help remove oils, dirt, and debris from your skin, and they do it by emulsifying the oil, so the oil and water, which normally don't want to have anything to do with each other, so they can mix, and the water can draw the oils with the embedded impurities and debris off your skin. Soaps, traditional soaps, are made by mixing animal fats with lye, sodium hydroxide. Cleansers are made from synthetic products that do the same thing to create the surfactant or the emulsifier again, which is used to grab the oil and pull it off with water. So that's it for this month's Viewer Questions Week. And don't forget, the subjects from so many DermTV episodes come from your questions, which are so great. Please keep sending them in, and I'll keep answering as many of them as I can. Please join me again at dermtv.com. If you have a question, please send it to me by visiting dermtv.com/question. I'm Dr. Neil Schultz, and thank you for watching today.